Welcome guys, thank you for watching this video, but before we proceed, do not forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, share it to all of your friends, and also check out the description for further information guys. And now, let's get into the video.
Alright guys, so welcome to today's video, and today we will begin our anime Battleground Arena series. And for this episode I have thought about creating the lobby first of all inside of Blender, so I have started a recording some minutes ago and I wanted to create the lobby in ROBLOX Studio, but apparently it did not turn out as I have expected, therefore I'm gonna use Blender. By the way, link in description, and this is not going to be a Blender video, so you better understand what Blender does and how Blender works before you proceed with this video. Alright, so yeah, the lobby, and one other thing I would like to work on in this video, of course if we have enough time left later on, is the character selection GUI. Alright, so with that being said, let's start off with Blender guys. So I'm using Blender 2.8. Wait, let me switch the tabs, and there we go. So I'm using Blender 2.8, and that's not the most recent version, but I'm using this version because I've gotten used to it, etc. And I think that the overlay of the recent or of the newest versions are pretty complicated, and therefore I'm sticking to 2.8. And I'm not going to explain my steps. I'm gonna turn on this thing right here, and with that you're able to see my inputs, you know. And I'm gonna mute myself, I'm gonna speed up this video, and I'm just gonna build, because personally I think that the focus on these kind of tutorials should be more on the scripting rather than the building, because I think that, well, building is pretty easy to learn in comparison to scripting. Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna mute myself, I'm gonna start building, and see you soon. Alright, so I have created this simple platform, this simple lookout. So that's the building. You guys probably know when you have watched the Dragon Ball series. And there are some places on which we will place this or these trees on. And I have only created one tree because, yeah, I'm gonna demonstrate this to you as soon as possible. And yeah, so now we need to export this thing into Studio. And if we would just hit File and then Export and then OBJ, we would export this whole thing. And that would mean that when we import this thing to ROBLOX, that we would receive only one mesh. Although we have many components which form the mesh at the end. And that would force us, or that would only make us able to select one color for the whole mesh, which contains the tree, the building, whatsoever. And therefore, I'm going to be exporting everything single by single. So I'm gonna, just choose one component, export it, and then choose the other component and export that, etc., guys. And also considering the amount of triangles we have down here, so this one is greater than 10,000, and ROBLOX does not allow to import meshes which have a high amount of triangles. Well, 10,000 to be exact. So if your mesh if the amount of triangles in your mesh is greater than 10,000, then you are not able to export this into ROBLOX. Alright, so how do we export single by single? So let's get rid of these components. And yeah, let me separate this one because you can't separate this in, this part right here, which is to be exact, which is not only red, which also has a light brown part right here, but I'm going to make this whole thing red. And then this platform up here, so this ground is gray. And we need to separate this. So how is this going to work? I'm gonna do it like this. Wait. There we go. Now you can hit P and then selection, and you basically just separate this one from this one. Alright. So now I can export this one, and then after that this one, and then one of these. Well, we can also get rid of this thing because they are basically the same. And well, we can also get rid of this one because that is just this one, but a little bit more stretched. And yeah, so let's start exporting. All right. So let me just quickly save this whole thing. So file, save, etc. So I'm gonna save that pretty quick, just in case something happens. Okay, so you basically just, once you have separated everything and once you're ready to export, you just select everything which you are not going to save, and then delete that. And now, so make sure that you only have the thing you want to export, So in my case, it is this thing right here. Then hit File, Export, OBJ, and now just save it somewhere. But of course, memorize where you save it, because you are going to import this thing after. Okay, so once you're done exporting, you can basically hit Control Z to undo everything, and now you just continue. So now you have to delete the rest, which you're not going to export right now, and then just export the thing you want to export right now. There we go. Now undo everything, and now just repeat the same step, or one other element. Yeah, so this building right here. All right, there we go. So we have finished the lobby. So we have built the lobby, and now we just need to put everything together in Roblox Studio. So for that purposes, let's switch over to Roblox Studio. As you can see, yeah, some mouse. Yeah, let me just quickly restart Studio at this point because my mouse is glitched. As you can see, it has this weird icon, which is misleading. Alright, so right click on workspace, insert object. So OBS is not recognizing that tab, but just do what I've said and then insert this mesh port. And now duplicate this one because we will need this a lot of times. And now let's select the first thing. So you hit mesh ID, so you hit this folder right here, and then you select, yeah, one of these things you have just exported. I'm gonna start off with the, yeah, with what? Yeah, let's start with the lookout. Come on. Oh. Alright, there we go. So, as you can see, the outside seems to be invisible, or you can at least look through, and the inside is covered. So, in Blender, it was completely different, so it was the complete opposite. So how can you get rid of this? Now, let's hit double-sided, and that is going to solve our problem. So, I don't know, maybe a year ago, or at least a couple of months ago, this double-sided button right here was not a thing. And I was really upset when this has been happening to me, so I sometimes forgot to check the face orientation in Blender. And, yeah. So, things like, as you have just seen, happened a lot to me. But finally, Roblox was able to add this double-sided feature, and now I do not have to, pay attention to the face orientation again. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, next thing I'm gonna import is, well, not ground. Let's call this lookout. Ground. Yeah. Oh yeah, pretty cool. Top 10 grounds. Top 10 grounds. Yeah, let's call this thing building. I'm gonna import the real ground. Come on, where are you? There we go. Yeah. Alright, now let's change the material to something more realistic. So let's go with slate, maybe? Well, let me make this thing a little bit more lighter. And yeah, come on, let's just keep slate. And I thought that these, you know, so these small, how do you call them? Like pavement things. So, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So that these small tiles, tiles, you probably call them tiles, so that these would look pretty cool. But I gotta admit that they, well, it make the whole thing look a little bit more weird. But never mind that. Now, so we have this building right here. I'm just gonna make it white and smooth plastic. So I know that this building had some golden color up here, and that the roof of these things was pink, I think. but I'm just gonna keep this whole thing white. So if you want to change that, then go ahead. Okay. There we go. Now, next mesh parts. So let's import the tree. Okay, so this one's taking a little bit too much. Pretty weird, come on. Come on, just import. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna come back when the mesh has been successfully imported. Okay, so we were able to finally, yeah, import this whole thing. And yeah, so let me just place it. Okay. Okay, yeah, so never mind. I was just suggesting that I just pause the video again because yeah, it took a lot of time to import this thing. So a lot more than usual, of course. Failed to load game assets. Some studio features have been disabled. Oh, okay. Wait. It seems that my Wi-Fi or something like that. So my internet connection is just too weak in order to be able to use Studio properly. So let me just pause the video at this point. Okay, never mind. I was probably no. I I have no idea myself, guys. I have no idea myself. Roblox Studio is just yeah, sometimes being too funny. All right, so I'm gonna export the leaves, import the leaves now. Come on. Yeah, it just takes so long. I really have no, yeah. HTTP error SSL connection fail. Yes, I'm gonna pause the video. My Wi-Fi connection is too weak currently, I think. All right, so we have finally managed to get this thing imported. Okay, there we go. So these two things. Wait. Group. Yeah, tree. So this is our tree. And let's make this thing anchored. And yeah, we can now just clone and move it as we want to, as we desire, guys. And yeah. Wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So this is supposed to be our, our lobby. So you're going to spawn right here, and then, yeah, so you're able to, I don't know, maybe maybe we have some NPCs right here which allow you to open the shop. Maybe we have some NPCs right here which allow you to do something else, and you're just able to walk around freely in this area and just, yeah, do what you want to do. So visit any NPC you want to, interact with them, etc. And I've just played Anime Mania, and you guys need to know that I barely play any Roblox, and I have played the Anime Battle Tower Defense, Anime Battle Arena game, and as I've said, I barely play any Roblox games, and it was my first time playing that game, and yeah, I I've played it, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty well. It was a pretty fast gameplay, so you're able to die quickly once you enter the arena. And I'm not sure, so I have only played it like 2 times now, but you're not able to be in the lobby unless you click that, what was it? I think it was an AFK button. So if you hit the AFK button or something like that, then you are being teleported inside of the lobby. But otherwise, you're just directly being thrown into the gameplay, and well, that's something which I personally do not like, and therefore I'm going to make that a little bit more different. And also, as I've already said, I've played Anime Mania, and as far as I can remember from the Anime Battleground game, so you were not able to have your character, or you're not wearing your character's outfits inside of the lobby, so you're only dressed as your character when you are actually in the gameplay, when you're actually fighting, etc. And I have just played Anime Mania, so now I have said that for the 3rd time. Yeah, so I have played Anime Mania, and it was pretty cool that your character, which you have equipped, was also equipped in your lobby. So you were walking around as your character, which you wanted to play, and I really like that idea. So I'm probably going to do something pretty similar to that. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell you guys. So let me duplicate all of these things, move them. And I'm doing that because these are going to be some borders. So border, and yeah, so these ones are going to prevent the players from falling through, so once a player jumps off this platform, he won't fall through and instantly die. But I will add another port which is going to teleport the player back here again. So let's do that. Well, we do not even need a port. Let's create a script. Let's call it TP back. And this script is going to do the following. So first of all, need to examine the Y position. So we basically need a limit, and we need to check if the player is below that limit. And if the player is below that limit, then the player is being teleported back. And that limit is going to be expressed through numbers, of course. So we need to get the Y coordinate of our part here. And that Y coordinate is at 173. Okay. 173. Let's increase this to 190, so somewhere a little bit more up than our part right here. And yeah, so let's begin. So game players player added connect function. So what this basically does is that when a player joins, so wait, let me explain again. So first of all, we are referring to the game, which contains everything we can see here and even more, you know. So there are some services which are not directly visible through the Explorer, such as the data store service, etc. And yeah. So the next thing we are referring to is the Players tab right here. So Game, Players, and now we have this Player Edit event right here. So this is an event which basically fires when a player has been added to the game. And we get that player by adding this argument or this parameter right here. So this one basically represents the player which has just joined. Alright, and now for every player who joins, so what are we going to do with them? We are going to keep an eye on their humanoid report's position, and if that position changes, changes or is below our limit or ungreater than our limit, then the player is going to be teleported back up here again. That's basically what the script is going to do. Okay, so let's refer to the character because our humanoid root port is inside of the character, and we can either refer to the character by saying player.character, but I'm honest, I have made bad experiences with that. So sometimes some events did not trigger, etc. Therefore, I'm just going to do the following. So workspace, we are referring to the workspace, and then wait for child. So we are waiting for a child, which is being defined inside of here. And this child is going, this child is going to have the player's name. And so you need to know that our player's character is stored inside of the workspace and has the same name as our player. Therefore, we can just look for an instance which has the same name as our player and which is inside of the workspace. Therefore, we have referred to our character. Of course, there are cases where this method does not work, but I'm going to make sure that these cases are not going to happen. Okay. Now, the next thing is that, so we could be using character humanoid root port. So that's the first step. So we are referring to the humanoid root port inside of our character, and now there are many methods. So there's this get property changed signal thing, which basically fires when a certain property which is being added inside of here has changed. So we could do this for the position. The problem is that this function does not fire. So I remember that I have used this in the past and it did not work as expected. And that was a huge problem because I had to, so as you can see, it is not even working now. So it is supposed to fire works, or no, print works instead of the output because the position has clearly changed, but it does not do that. And now, I'm sorry to do that, but I'm going to use a while loop. I'm sorry for that. That's bad practice, guys, but the get property change signal did not work, and I'm not sure about other methods. So I have read that game get service render stepped. No, wait. Yeah, game get service run service render stepped is a thing as well, but I think that this one can only be used on the client, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Never mind that, it isn't working as well, so we have to use the loop. I'm sorry for that. No, of course it is not working because there was the loop. Yes, so render step can only be used from local scripts. Okay, another possibility could be the heartbeat. heartbeat. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so let's use the heartbeat instead of the loop. Okay. Okay, run service. So, if character humanoid root part position Y. So we are referring to our humanoid root part's Y coordinate, and if that one is ungreater than our limit, then the humanoid root part is being repositioned. By repositioning the humanoid root part, we also reposition the player itself. All right. Now, it is time to add a spawn location right here. So, where is it now? Yeah, it is right here. All right. Now let me move this one a bit up. I'm gonna make sure that can collide is false and that the decal is removed. And now, so we are referring to the C-frame, which is something similar as the position. It is similar, it is not the same. Sorry for all of those scripters who watch this video as well. So it can be used for positioning our player now. So we basically want the player to be teleported up here again, and by that I mean that the player is being teleported to this point right here, yeah, to exactly this spawn location. And how do we do that? So we have accessed this C-frame property, which, as I have already described, is something, yeah, similar as the position, but it is not exactly the same. And if our humanoid root part has a C-frame, then this spawn location does as well, because these two components at the end are parts. They are only parts. Oh, these two instances, I'm sorry, not components, instances. So they both have the C-frame property, and because of that, so considering that, we can just simply say that our humanoid's C-frame should be as the spawn location's C-frame. So workspace, spawn location, so we're referring to the workspace because this whole thing is inside of the workspace, spawn location, C-frame. And that's it. Let's see if this has worked. Whoa. So this thing is huge. This thing is massive, really. So I'm jumping off. There we go. We could... Where is it? Maybe we could set the limit to 210, let's say. Because I was able to stand on a platform below, and I don't think that this should happen again. Okay, infinite yield possible because my character takes ages to load. Yeah, players in group, yeah, my Wi-Fi connection again, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah, nice, good thing. Okay, where is it? I'm just gonna make this can't collide false. So the player is going to fall through, but do not worry, the player is going to be teleported up here again, so he's not going to, or the player is not going to fall all the way through till the player dies. So that's not going to happen. Okay, so we have now scripted this thing, and the next thing which we want to, or not to script, but work on in this episode is, yeah, the GUI. Character selection. so I'm gonna create this frame right here. So we are of course not going to finish this selection frame in this episode. I'm just going to start this thing. I'm going to create the base, let's say, for future episodes. And in the next episodes, we are going to, yeah, just add some characters to it, etc. Okay. So the first thing we could do is that, so right click, insert object, and then I'm gonna add a UI corner, and now insert object again, and now I'm gonna add a gradient, and I'm going to, yeah, give this thing proper size and proper position. And yeah, now I'm going to set up some colors. All right, there we go. Okay. Now let's add a scrolling frame. Scrolling direction. Wait. Wait, what is this property? Vertical scroll. Oh, wait. Did this thing just insert how do you call this? Horizontal? You know, so a scroll bar which is positioned on this axis. Wait, we'll see. No, it did not. Yeah, okay, never mind. XY. Wait. Scrolling. Horizontal always. None. Wait. Okay, so when this thing is always, or when this thing is set to always, why isn't there any scroll bar on this x-axis? Well, never mind. I'm just gonna do it as always. None. Yeah, not left. Set it to right. Okay. Now we can add something called UI tile. Wait, no, UI grid layout, not UI tile. And I'm gonna insert a viewport frame. And what this UI grid layout does is, as you can see, it automatically creates a grid. And we are going to continue on this one in the next episode, guys. So thanks for watching, and sorry if this first episode was a little bit boring, but do you guys really expect someone to create all of these cool attacks right away in the first episode? So is that the way you start your games? If so, then I think that you should think about it, because nobody starts his or her game by just creating all of these cool things from the beginning, because there is like no base to connect to them. So let's say that you create a sword attack. Cool. So how is the sword damage being dealt? So is it connected to any stats system or anything like that? Of course not, because you have not created the stats system from the beginning. You have just started with the sword attacks, etc. So that's the reason why you should start with the base before creating all of these cool attacks, you know? So, and connecting them to the stats system, connecting them to the stamina system, whatsoever, guys. So that's at least my opinion on that. But if you want to do it in a other way, then feel free to do that. But I have my opinion, you have yours. That's fine. Alright, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share this video to all of your friends. Also, take care. Thank you for your support, and see you in the next video.